If I want to be an NBA player, I wouldn't expect to reach the league within a year. I will have to be born with a certain type of genetics, get started with basketball as early as possible, and practice the most amount of time possible growing up. Only then I will expect to achieve the dream. And I could apply that mindset to almost any pursuit. I believe the only difference is the amount of competition and people that make it. Building a successful video editing agency might not be the same difficulty as reaching the NBA, but it won't be easy either. A lot of people want a career in social media and video creation, so there's still a lot of competition. This perspective of competition made me think about how being successful is just gaining market share in the industry, and to gain that I simply have to be better than the rest. So I asked myself this question: will I beat someone willing to work, study and try for years without needing a single glimpse of success in order to continue? No. That person will probably fuck me up any day of the week. Also, I imagine that person working until they die. I have no chance. My only chance is to be that person. One concept that already helped me a lot that I took from Alex Hormozzi is the idea of playing an infinite game. I adapted it in a way to have more patience, since that's the place where I was lacking the most. The original concept goes as follows: you don't win at business, you stay in business. You don't win at marriage, you stay married. You don't win at health, you stay healthy. So this is the way I adapted it for my pursuit. To pursue a goal that requires actions that will be a great benefit for me, to just do them, making achieving the goal a matter of time and a bonus. Let me explain it a little bit because it sounded a lot cooler in my head. I chose to write a newsletter because the idea of writing about my problems sounded extremely productive for me. It would have an immediate positive effect on me, and I would do that regardless of pursuing a goal or not. Then by sharing it online through email, in a weekly newsletter, and in the form of a long video and short videos throughout all the social media platforms, it has the potential to build an audience. Most of the work is writing the newsletter, and that's something I'm willing to do just for the sake of it. So building a goal around that will allow me to play that infinite game in perpetuity, therefore becoming that unbeatable person that I want to become, someone that, no matter what, does not stop. So that's exactly what I did. The goal that I chose around that habit is to build a video editing agency that makes $10,000 a month in profit. And the two major things that it needs to be successful, in my opinion, are to know how to build an audience, which I'm practicing at the moment, and two, finding the talent to edit the videos, which is my area of expertise as a video editor, and it can also be facilitated with an audience. The idea of playing an infinite game helped me with starting this whole process, but I still struggle with patience, which leads me to the next point. Thinking in 5-year increments, appreciating thinking long term. I won't need a lifetime to achieve my goal, just like I would for reaching the NBA, but at the same time, it's not gonna take just a month. So what's the amount of time that I will need to reach $10,000 a month in profit? Probably years. But how can I even know how many exactly, if there's a reason to know? Not only that, I'm sure that it will happen exponentially, so there won't be a predictable linear path towards reaching the goal. But often I think about the idea of how would I feel if I don't expect to be successful in months, and instead I'm willing to work on it for 5 years without expecting anything in return. I immediately feel a sense of calm, contentment, and even drive, because I know I will be extremely skillful if I manage to work with that tranquility and patience for that long. But those feelings are very fleeting, and acting in that matter is way easier said than done. Hence why I started writing this week's newsletter. I want to ingrain it in myself so I can apply that level of patience in my pursuit. When to stick to the plan and when to pivot. After writing up until this point, it popped to my head that my big fear is to waste my time. Not knowing if what I'm doing is worthwhile, if it's the fastest path to my goal, or if it even gets me closer to my goal. And I think that's what being impatient means, letting that fear control me. So I flipped that on its head and tried to become patient once and for all. How to become unbeatable. How to act patiently. Have a plan that I trust to its fullest, which I already have. I made a newsletter and a video about it called Describing the Goal that I set out for myself. Develop a sustainable routine or structure according to the plan that contains the minimum actions that will eventually achieve the goal. I'm testing a routine at the moment. I will write about it in the future to finish developing it. As I become more efficient in the routine, I'll add actions that help to reach the goal faster. At the end of the day, I am competing with other people, so the more I can add, the better. Being patient does not mean not trying my best. Understand that there are no shortcuts or better paths for me, and if there's one out there, the only way I will find it is through action. So I might as well continue and stumble upon a better path. If I still feel impatient, revise the master plan and try to find flaws in it. I might find one after months of actions and new information. That sounds normal and possible actually. So if it needs pivoting, I'll pivot. If it does not, I will probably stop feeling impatient by realizing that there are no flaws in my plan and I'm just being impatient. At the end of the day, I believe that being patient just means sticking to a plan no matter what. It's tempting to change the plan because, as I mentioned, my fear makes me believe that there's a better path and that there's a secret that I have yet to discover. But I honestly believe that the secret to success is effort and patience. I think it's overlooked because it sounds too simple and even naive. Or maybe that's just the way I see it and why I not necessarily don't believe in it, but maybe why I'm not applying it to its fullest. I trust myself that by following those 5 steps, I will stop feeling anxious about wanting everything to happen immediately because I'll know that I'm already in the fastest path possible. Thank you for watching the video. I hope this helps. Honestly, it's been helping me a lot to write all of these newsletters. It hasn't had an extreme impact yet, but I'm feeling way more confident. I'm feeling way more productive, and adding conclusions on top of each other week after week feels really good, and I'm really confident that I'm going to take action on them. Actually, my next newsletter talks about how I'm having a little bit of trouble following my conclusions, but at the same time, just by writing today, I noticed that I'm following the steps that I'm concluding, and it's just as I wrote for this newsletter. It's a matter of time that it compounds and I start to see all of the results. I believe I'll have that level of patience of just acting and acting without caring about any result. But it's also fun. It's really fun to write and make these videos. So it feels really fulfilling and makes me have a lot of confidence in me because it's just keep doing this forever. So yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe to the newsletter if you want to get the email every single week, or just keep consuming this long video. Follow me on all the other socials for the short form video. And again, I really appreciate you watching.